my news with a whole bunch of strangers. Look at me.
Yay!
Accidentally being discreet or whatever.
Well, it's good that you had the good news. Oh. He might be free now. She might be leaving him alone.
I mean, if someone was kissing me that intently, I would cancel my plans with anyone else. Be like, sorry, guys, I am busy.
That's when you just grab your webcam and turn it to the side so it's like a classic noir movie focus out of,
Yeah, look at him. He is like pretending like he is not on video. Oh my God, don't motorboat your wife.
Motorboat.
Well, that's recording, is it? Like, no one but us can see this, right?
Yeah,
like, your recording is just, okay.
Yeah, we're only recording how lewd we are on audio, not video.
I mean, good, because if we were, like, on video on the recording, I'd have to, like, wear a real shirt, and I don't think I could agree to that.
I'm sad that my screen is all frozen because I want to show you all the things I've been making on the Glowforge.
Yes, I want to see what you've been making too, but yeah, you are still super frozen.
All right, let me log out and then come back. Let me see if that fixes it.
Okay, we'll give AJ some time to finish making out with his wife.
Oh, okay. I think she left him behind.
But look at how he's staring. He hasn't decided he's staying with us yet.
He's got that dopamine look going there.
Yeah. Ow! Are you going to play with us, or did something come up, AJ?
Something is always up.
I mean, the best part is we had the perfect camera view of your telenovela.
It was adorable. I can't believe you're staying on us and not just hanging up on us and saying, peace out, mofos.
Whoa. Connecting?
That was an option.
I mean, yeah, we saw how far you guys' tongues were going down each other's throats.
And the thing is, she even came back for seconds. I mean, there was a separation, and then there's like, are you sure?
And then there's a little bit of, oh, look, she's coming back.
Oh, he's got the headphones off. We might be in trouble.
Like, sorry, I'm having internet issues, guys. Bye.
You can't motorboat with headphones on.
The thought did cross my mind.
Just remember, if you do that, then we all get to be part of that.
Can you see me now?
We can see you now.
Yes, hi!
We can see Brittany now.
Hi! I hit the reset on my phone. Why is it all stupid?
Okay.
I
just get the top of my head today, I guess.
That's okay.
So I'm totally thinking I need to turn this light down.
Hot and heavy makeout session?
No, you guys are talking and making innuendos, and then I hit the reset button on my phone and.
Okay, but we're always making innuendos. That's like the biggest thing ever.
So many things. All right. So there's another Coven Night Market at Woolly Fern this weekend. And I made a whole bunch of stuff on the Glowforge.
Yay!
Will we be able to see through your background?
Oh, let me turn the background off.
You can click on your head. I can see you today.
She's not frozen or anything.
You're not just a unicorn.
Oh, that's pretty.
Ooh, I love planchettes.
I made so many planchettes.
Cute.
Those are pretty. Those are really good quality, like, carvings.
Well, the machine basically takes my drawings and, turns it into stuff.
She's got a laser cutter.
The machine should make my shitty drawings into less shitty stuff. But if you draw shitty, then your stuff then it makes it shitty, isn't it?
These are going to be
earrings. Little bear.
But Megan, she could probably take a commission for Firefly stuff.
I mean...
November 7th, guys.
Oh, no, November 7th.
The Oogie Boogie?
Yep.
Oogie Boogie. November 7th. It's a Sunday, like it always is. And it's going to be in Tucson.
And where's it going to be at this year?
What? Oh, it's going to be at the Loft, of course.
Cute.
I love the Loft, and the Loft loves me.
Aww.
Then I experimented. I got to clean them off. I did some green vinyl bears. So I got to clean them and see what they look like because I have no idea what they look like right now. But, yeah. So Like I made mini planchettes to be earrings.
I have some mini planchettes, like my keychains. Is this better?
Yeah, I'm gonna make keychains too, but I'm trying to make as much as I can before the event. And then, oh, I don't know if you saw, I'm making my dragons are gonna be earrings. My
Those
little
are cute.
sticker skull dragons.
Can
So
you just
hopefully-
pick the scale you want them, and then it does
Yeah.
it?
Well, what I have to do, because with the machine you could kind of drag and drop drawings into the program, and it's an online program, which I hate a lot. But you can drag and drop, but everything's pixelated, so I have to go through Adobe Illustrator and vectorize all my stuff. So that way it cuts it out looking nicer. Because I have some things that I cut with before I figured that out, and some things afterwards. And the stuff that I did afterwards came out so much better.
Where's
But,
the blooping? I hear blooping, but I don't see the blooping.
Blooping?
The blooping was me rolling some dice.
Oh, am I not looking at the right screen? Hi, my name is Megan. My favorite color is clear. I've been up since 4:30 this morning, and my brain is fucking fried.
I mean, and in your defense, you had like a whole itinerary for your afternoon too.
Dude, it is the time of year where my life is scheduled down to it the second. Every week that until October 29th, which is a Friday, and it's my trunk or treat at my son's school, which, is like a 700 plus people event. Every Wednesday that we have D&D, I have a meeting with my committee of peoples. And since I'm the chair of trunk or treat, I have to be at the meetings.
Why
Because
are
I'm
you
running
sideways?
meetings. I don't know. Why are you sideways?
I don't.
And then also the November 7th, which is, I think, like the weekend after, or the weekend after the weekend. No, I'm pretty sure it's the weekend after, is going to be Serenity in the Desert. And, oh, yeah, now I'm looking for a house to freaking buy. So, who needs sleep? I don't sleep anyways.
Sleep is for the weak.
Come to Tucson.
Yeah, buy one in Tucson.
Nah, dude, my kid's school is amazing. I am not giving up and again, I'm doing trunk or treat for his school. I'm not moving. I told my ex-husband if he got me pregnant when I was in Arizona, then I was stuck here until my kid was done. And hey, look, I'm stuck here till he's done with school.
Aw.
That just means you're a good mama.
We just want you closer so we could hang out with you.
Things are coming back, and the year before Corona hit, I was in Tucson for 14 conventions, and then also there's socially.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I actually was making jokes that maybe I should have like a studio apartment in Tucson, have a costume of all my have a copy of all my costumes and some like jeans and t-shirts, so I don't have to pay for a hotel room every time I come out there. But hotel rooms are still cheaper than studio apartments.
Wow.
Yes, they are.
That's why you buy a condo and just Airbnb it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, but I'm buying a place down here. I'm not going to keep renting here, especially since I'm buying now instead of 2 years like I planned, is the condo I'm in now, they won't tell me what they're going to raise my rent to. And with the crazy rent hikes, there's a shitty ass apartment complex going for $525 a month, and they're now charging $13 a month.
Yeah, that's why we need rent control in Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah, but also if I just buy a place and I don't have to move, and I'm sick of moving, and I'm just gonna buy a place, and I'm gonna be super duper happy, and I might try to force y'all to help me because movers are expensive. And I have a lot of stairs. And
the important thing is if you need any plumbing needs, you know who to call.
And actually, the first person I told was one of the plumbers today, and it's his birthday, and he's 55, and he's one of my favorite humans. And so, before I, sign any contracts, he's going to run his camera down, all the lines, and make sure it's a good place for me.
Just in case.
Yes, because I'm not going to spend a shit ton of money to end up having some place that I have to repipe the entire place.
Yeah, spend 10 to 20 grand,
After. Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea.
I guess I'm not making earrings tonight. Damn it.
No, you're killing something.
Well, no, I just wanted to keep my hands busy. You know what I mean?
I
Well.
mean,
We're making mini knights. What? Making the world better, one kid at a time.
I really heard knives, and
I'm gonna switch phones, guys.
You were so happy to be making weapons.
We're in a 1980s commercial right now.
Yes. You're welcome.
So of course,
I still think Jim's gonna kill them all off if you're gonna try to bring him with us.
I'm not bringing him with us. Oh. Unless we gotta kill this guy.
She's gonna leave him behind, and they're gonna turn out to be the big bad in disguise in the future.
We're just gonna have a bunch of people we murdered become revenants or whatever, and they're all just
Jesus Christ.
You guys are gonna get trapped in a time loop, and they're gonna grow up thinking she abandoned them and form into a hunting party, and then eventually
then we're gonna do like a time jump, and then we're gonna all be like 5 years down the road, and a bunch of not children knights coming after us going, "Damn you, Jocelyn! You never paid us."
Megan, get out of my head.
You know what? Try to do something nice and look at you people. I should have just come in here and rubbed this town blind. On brand.
Okay, so
That's okay. Go ahead, Jim.
I was gonna say so when last we left off, y'all were in town. You went into the temple to crash. Everybody grabbed and bunked up together. And it's the beginning of a beautiful day as the birds are singing and the acolyte is sweeping up the church. Now,
were me and Joss called by that generally dude?
Yes.
Yes,
The
you
night
were.
before, can I have spent some time with the kids, like played games and done bonding things, like maybe even played a couple rounds of cards with them with Kip, where like I told him, it's okay if you kind of cheat, and like if some of the kids are like a little bit like to get them to think outside the box, and like if some of the kids aren't as good, like I'll use my magic to kind of like change the cards and like deal from the bottom of the deck and like just kind of bond with the kids a little bit. And
I just got kicked out, guys. Sorry about that.
So you're gonna give them one day of having a parent and then abandon.
Not even a parent, 2 parents.
You know what?
I
can go back to killing people. I can go back to killing people, and I'm gonna take that longsword I was given, and I want to go out and try to draw down the moon. Like I'm gonna cut my hand and put blood on the sword and try to draw down the moon and like bless it. Like instead of like this is my rifle, there's others like it, but this one is mine. Like instead of that whole mantra, like I'm gonna do like bless my sword and ask that the moon make it swift and my ancestors make it like hit on point and all that kind of stuff.
Are you sure you want to do that in a church grounds?
Right.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Remember how you're supposed to be a cleric?
You can do it if you'd like, but are you sure you want to do it on holy grounds?
Do it.
I do. You're gonna do it on church grounds, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna like I'll do it in my room, like where I see the moon and call, and it's not like I'm like just.
We're like all bunking.
It's kind of like me praying.
We're all bunking. You don't have your own.
I'm not worried about you fools. You already know I'm not a cleric. We already established this game.
Okay, do we have this god might be real, and like doing like another god ritual on their land might be like smiting you.
It's not a god's ritual. It is merely something that has been passed down from knights in my family that I've seen them do.
But you don't have to lie to us.
It yourself.
You have to lie to the god of the church.
I try to add a little flavor, and everybody's
okay. So, is Kip staying up playing cards with the kids as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so both of you guys give me a Constitution save to see if you can stave off exhaustion staying up all night partying with the kids.
Well, I wasn't going to be all night. You didn't want to be a bad influence, but okay. Give me 1 second. I was not prepared to have to roll so quickly. Not bad.
How late did we stay
Money talks and bullshit walks. What's that about, AJ?
Wow.
It's from last time. I don't remember what.
No, I was just referring to the fact that once again, poor Kip is tired with his constitution of 8, but Lexa with her natural 20. That's just naughty.
So she keeps him up all night, and then he has to pay all the consequences. I mean, that's just how we roll.
Yep, Kip. So you're gonna have 1 level of exhaustion, by the way, until you can take a long rest to just chill.
Sorry.
Exactly. That yawn is exactly what Kip is like in the morning.
My bad. I didn't mean to player hate you, sir.
And Jocelyn, go ahead and as you're doing this ritual, give me a religion roll with disadvantage. As the gods of light are saying, not in my house. They don't know what you're doing, but they're saying, not in my house.
Not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad.
Who's
Okay.
like blowing into their mic?
I thought somebody was sitting outside.
No, that's my fan. That's my fan.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
oh
menopausal,
man.
menopausal, and have heat flashes. So
You're also frozen.
again,
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're just like freeze framed on painting something.
She's voguing.
Maybe she's just still staring and she hasn't looked up yet.
Yeah.
no, I
Sorry.
looked up. I got
She's-
kicked out, so I think my Skype is just being a pain in the ass.
She's a masterful mime. You can't see her lips moving.
You know,
Okay.
what's really exciting is for the longest time, I was the one with the shitty computer, and now I'm not.
With the big shit-eating grin on her face. Now we just need to get you into more online games.
Yes.
So how late are you all sleeping in, by the way?
I'm
I
gonna
feel
get up
like
early
this guy
because I
said
was
we
gonna
had to
grow
meet him at
plants for the
9.
church.
I'll put it away, Mom.
Didn't he say we needed to meet him by the 9th bell?
Yep.
So like 8.
So you're not getting up to embrace the first rays of sun?
I'm not.
Aren't you supposed
I'm
to do
letting
like
you-
a sunshine sermon or whatever?
I'm pretty sure I got roped into all of those sunshine shows.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
So coffee exists in this world, right?
Totally. It's basically some kind of weird roots that have been boiled into some black, soupy, thick drink that's super
Cool.
bitter.
Is, green tea a thing in this world?
Green tea is totally a thing.
I just need some fucking caffeine if I'm doing a
Yeah.
morning church.
I will get up early, like 7-ish, get the kids up, and I'm gonna take them into that little room, the weaponry room, and I'm gonna let them pick out a weapon that they can have to start training with. And let them pick out what they want.
Because an armed society is a polite society. As poor Kip is totally distracted. You can see she's putting the moves on him over there.
Again?
Yep, he's got the headphones up on his temple so he can feel our words.
Dang! Ow, 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 ow!
And now we can hear our words.
No, I can't.
I feel like he should just like take a knee for the night.
Okay, so
What? No, I need his help.
Nah, dude, he has much more important things than us tonight.
bow, chicka, wow wow.
Never be a block, Lex. Always be for your friend going after it.
Right on. Friends don't cock block friends.
I wasn't
Oh
sure
my
if I was
God,
allowed to say
guys.
talk on whatever Twitch.
Can I go and talk to Callista? Is she kind of like off by herself a little bit? Is she awake?
Probably. Yeah, she's
Okay.
awake. I'm awake.
I wanna go up and talk to her and be like, look, we hate each other, yes?
I don't hate you specifically.
Okay. Well, you don't have a problem leaving me behind. So if this goes badly with this guy and we get caught, I need you to trust that Esme and I will get ourselves free, but these kids will be slaughtered because they were associated with us. If this goes poorly, I need you to get them out.
Wait, are we
Don't
bringing the kids with
trust.
us?
No, that's not the plan.
That's plan
The plan
C,
is to leave
apparently.
them here, but if it goes badly with this general guy and we have to fight him or kill him, and we leave quickly, and we leave these kids, they will slaughter these kids.
Okay.
And I look at Calista and I tell her, if you leave these kids behind and they're killed, it will put a crack in your soul, and you will not be able to recover from it, trust me. So
I like how
leave
you're
us.
outsourcing protecting the kids.
Yes, leave us if we get caught and save them. Esme and I will figure a way out.
Why
Kip
are we
won't
leaving
do it.
Esme?
If Esme and I are going to go snoozing, oh my gosh. If Esme and I snoozing goes wrong and we get caught, don't come for us. Save the kids and run. Esme and I will figure a way out eventually.
Well, yeah, and so we were talking pre-game because we were actually making plans. When
I
we
thought you said in-game. My bad. Sorry.
Well, no, we were talking pre-game. Like we were planning in advance, like, we're supposed to. And so we want to go to the tent this general dude is in and, like, not have you guys go with us, but, like, be behind us and kind of be, like, nosy in case shit goes sideways. You guys know, but we're still coming alone like douchebag McGee wants us to.
What? What about the TV?
The
Yes.
general.
General Cassett. Correct. Gareet. I'm not saying that.
In a moment, okay.
General douchebag McGee.
Mm-hmm.
General
And he
Garrus?
he might be a good guy, but we don't know. So we're kind of preparing for the worst. We're expecting this guy to be a little on the douchey side.
Okay. Well, when she comes with me is like, leave Esme behind. It's like, does Esme know this? That's what I was planning on asking.
If you want me to go tell Esme I don't think she's capable of saving herself, I'm not doing that.
Wow.
I feel like Esme and it's going to be hard to take us down, and when you do, you're not going to keep us down for long. Esme and I will find a way free.
Okay.
We're nothing if not resourceful, but
All
these
right.
kids aren't.
No, I totally get that with the kids. It's just, as I said, that just seems like, I feel like, oh, just leave us behind, and there's a party not.
No, I'm good. I don't want you guys to get hurt with us. I want you guys to be aware. If shit goes sideways, we're going to handle business. Y'all got to, be aware, but do your thing.
I'm taking the cleric and y'all go.
Worst case scenario, we're renaming this place Esmeland, and we're going to have, like, little roller coasters and shit.
You're ridiculous.
Sure.
And she's not kidding. They're halfling-sized roller coasters.
So you guys can, like, do roller skates on them.
Does that mean it's half the height requirement?
Yes, everyone can ride. It's Legoland.
You only need to be 18 inches to ride this ride.
Wow.
A girl's got to have her standards.
Jesus Christ.
Only 18 inches. Hey, Jim? Not a size queen.
Oh, my God, guys.
Okay, so Megan?
Sure.
Oh, and before we go to what dudes, I'm going to each give the kids their 2 times 6 is 12 gold each, and tell them this is to pay them for the next 6 months. I'm giving it to them because they are the only citizens of this town I trust.
Okay.
And I give them each. That's 60. I'll mark off 60 gold.
So, Esme, as you got up a little earlier so you could embrace the first light, because you're not like Jocelyn sleeping in until 7. I mean, that's like halfway through the morning rituals.
Right? I got volunteered for church duty. I got to be up before that.
So, of course, the Acolyte, she's got some nice assortments of beverages ready and waiting for you to help wake you up and put you in the right spiritual frame of mind, i.e. alcoholic or caffeine, your choice.
Early in the morning?
Why can't that
mix it?
Booze.
Yeah.
Like, why not both?
I need caffeine, but then I also need some booze to take the edge off of all the peopling you guys are making me do.
So immediately she kind of like, she kind of like hushes you down to be quiet, and she kind of like peeks behind one of the curtains, and she's just like, I think they're ready for you.
There's a curtain now?
There's a curtain. It's basically enough to cover the doorway so people can't peek at you behind here.
Okay, well then I'm gonna down an entire thing of coffee-like caffeine beverage. Kind of like shot drink it, and then I guess I'm gonna fling open curtains and see what's on the other side.
And immediately you kind of sensed that there was a large gathering of human beings in a small confined space. But as soon as you open the curtain, you realize that there is standing room only in this church, which is telling you've got like a good 100, 150 people easy in there. You notice that a lot of the wealthier in the front couple rows, it's almost like the citizenry know who their betters are, and they let them sit up front.
What was our stance on what is it? Not allowance.
Tithing
last time.
I think we were all handing out boxes.
And the
Okay,
Church
we are
of Light
to
is
collect
totally
money?
cool with tithing. I mean, it's how it builds churches.
I can have the apprentice knights like pass the offering plate whenever you're ready, like a churchy church thing.
But okay, I don't. It's like that. When do we ask them for money? At the end, the beginning, the middle? Probably the middle,
It's
right?
usually the middle. It's
Okay.
usually the middle when they're
Okay.
feeling the
If I
spirit.
learned anything from Little Rascals, that's how you lure them in, needing their money.
You gotta pay at the door.
People, we need your money.
It's all fun and games until one of the acolytes puts all his gold in the box.
Well, okay. So standing room only. Is any of my friends awake to see this? Like, I mean, it's medieval times, so it's not like I can take a selfie of this huge crowd.
It's
Just
that
snap on my
solid like 5:45ish in the morning. Does anyone want to get up that early?
Yeah, I was up early
Yeah,
because I was gonna do the grow plants.
Okay.
I just want someone to see my tiny ass brought a crowd. That's all.
There's no doubt that you have brought a crowd, and people are just like, as soon as this little priestess comes stepping through the curtain, they all kind of like, they were looking up and now they're looking down, and all of a sudden you see some little faint whispers going around as you get that awe-inspiring cough as people are trying not to be caught gossiping, but they're starting to talking. And a few people you notice that kind of like point at you that you recognize from shenanigans in town. And like one of them looks like one of the guards wearing his non-guard, garb. So some might actually know you from your deeds and actions as opposed to you're this badass little cleric.
I mean, those are my deeds and actions, Jim.
But they're not being rude, right? They're not like little racist little.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Remember, I got like the glow of Freya last time. Like, I was blessed or some shit.
Yep.
Like,
Just
my
making
God,
sure these people aren't giving you smack for being little.
No,
Always
it's nothing like that.
Okay.
Well, there's that.
Not that it would have woke me out of my stupor, but I would have been mad when I got up.
Okay, so like, I guess I'm gonna go. I'm not much of a, like, is there a stage or like there's a little stage,
Yep,
right?
there's that little podium that you can walk up to, and conveniently, your acolyte has already put out the usual drink and food offerings on the table, as well as a nice handy dandy step stool, little kitchen ladder type of dealio, so you can get right up to the podium at the proper height.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that, Jim.
One might say it's a high chair.
No, I have to stand while I talk about Jesus. Okay, so what kind of snacks should leave for me?
Looks like just basic bread offerings and fruit.
Okay. So, I guess I'm gonna go stand up at the podium, start my thing, take some bread. I'm assuming at some point you're gonna make me roll.
As soon as you start your thing, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start my thing. I'm gonna go up there, say hi to everyone and grab some bread, but I'm gonna immediately come down off the podium so I can just kind of pace and talk to the people about Freya, because fuck the other god.
Fuck the other 6, right?
What other god? We don't know anybody but
Freya. Right, because my whole thing is I am all about my one god, and I pretend like the other ones exist, like any good religious person does. My god's real, yours is fake.
So, are you using persuasion or
No,
religion?
I am giving them a sincere as I get religious sermon.
You giving them the for reals talk?
Yes, the for reals. So I'm assuming I'm rolling religion.
Yep. Ooh. Nice, good, solid 18 as you were giving them to preach, and you see quite a few people got their hands up and they're saying, say the word, say the word. As you kind of see, a couple of the off-duty guardsmen, they're doing the symbol to Freya, as you get a feeling you're swaying the crowd. As Lexa
You're
was
winning
throwing gang
hearts and
sign there.
Hearts and minds.
The best kind of warfare. Okay, so anything particularly you're going for during the sermon?
I am preaching about yeah, I'm gonna teach them all about that. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it into a sexual priest thing. Yeah, no. I am talking to them about equality. I am going to mention treating people. I'm gonna be very vague or very obtuse about, like, don't be a dick because you got more money than your neighbor. Like, don't let your neighbor starve because you want to have your sheets be made out of better material. But also I'm gonna do another one of those, like, general broad Freya's the shit. Don't y'all think that Freya's the shit?
We're building an army for Freya, an army of spiritual people. Give us money. They don't give money for loving your neighbor.
Amazing. Hey, did you know Freya's all about the sex and the war? The good balance, guys. Gotta fight for what you want. But you also gotta fight for who you want. Get your groove on.
Wow.
A spiritual warfare against the evil of the world. And we're winning.
Warfare with your tongue.
I was going to say with your wallet, but okay.
As of course, one of the noble women elbows her husband and says, see, you should use your tongue.
Yes, exactly, AJ.
Wow.
You're both right.
You've made some people blush so badly that we lost Brittany and Talia in the screen.
I'm here.
I'm still here.
Where'd I go?
You look like you put your phone in your pocket or something.
No.
Oh, we're seeing the wrong face in camera.
Oh. Yeah, this is my speaker.
You can't see me?
We can see you frozen in front of all of the nativity scenes.
Oh, see, I see a black box for her.
I see your angry unicorn.
Give me a sec. All right.
No worries. So, needless to say, the morning session is amazing. So many people want to shake Esme's hand. So many people want to talk to Esme. Are you going to be passing the tithing box, by the way?
Yes, I will. Because give me the money for this church for Freya. Ooh, did I roll good enough to maybe, like, lay a subconscious message that maybe this should become a church of Freya? Like,
not quite good enough, but you're working on it.
Okay.
So of course, it's a Skype message pops up. That's how many copper pieces you got tithed.
Ooh.
And that's how many gold pieces you got tithed.
Holy hell! I'm a good priest, guys. They're feeling my messages of love and war.
These people can embrace the idea of the warrior concept that is also the good lover.
Yes. Fight your battles. No.
Where did you send it?
It's in our game.
Roll20?
It's in Roll20, yeah.
So 74 copper pieces and 13 gold pieces.
Got you.
Okay.
I'm not there, so.
And then, so church is done, right? And, like, do I have to, like, pat people on the head or?
All right.
Or do I have to, like, say, like, Merry Christmas? Like, what do I have to do?
All right. So,
Like,
Esme,
War made you blush, though.
Oh my god.
As Skype apparently just bumped me out. The dirty bastard.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
as long
still
as
in
you can hear me.
Skype.
Okay.
Maybe we should just turn videos off.
Yeah.
No, my Skype actually closed, and Megan went silent in the middle of her touching heads. She said
Oh.
touching heads, and then she went quiet.
No.
So she's got two hands.
So pretty much, with the Church of Freya, what is the traditional blessing for your church? See how I throw that back on you?
For my church, the Church of Freya, we love Freya. So, I don't know, we do here's the church, here's the people, and then the little feel finger thingies. Deedle. I don't.
I mean, is it like
church?
just?
Is it church?
Is it just the sweet hug? With arms on shoulders, where you put your foreheads together, or anything like that?
We fist bump with our feet. So
What? Okay.
We stick our feet out and we bop like heels, or like we just go like toe to heel,
Like Fresh
like
Prince of Bel-Air dancing around.
Wow.
You're definitely
Yeah,
getting
you
this
fist-
cool kid
Like
culture
white
going.
chicks.
Not
No,
only are
it's
you
not
the
that complicated. It's just like like fist bumping, but with your feet, and it's just a quick little thump. That way, we don't have to spread germs, and I don't
That's
have to
COVID
touch a bunch of
approved.
people.
COVID approved. Let's do it.
I was just, yeah. We'll blame it on the Rona.
it'll keep leprosy away. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just don't want to touch a bunch of people's hands.
So just about the time the last of the crowd is working its way out, that's when Jocelyn is waking up and taking her berry band of young men and women to get armed. Is anyone else waking up?
What time is it now?
So now it's a little after 7, like 7:15.
I'm definitely awake. I'm taking the kids to do the little shindig. They're weaponized. And I'm back in my disguise, my Kip's sister.
I think Kip's the only one not awake, right?
And how do you play that off to the kids, by the way?
They haven't seen the real me.
Okay, so the way you did that, you took the kids and then disguised. I was wanting to make sure which order you were doing the disguise in.
Yes,
So
I'm not showing the kids. I am not showing anybody in this town what I really look like.
Okay.
Burning spell slots.
Okay. That'll be a reveal for another time.
Yes.
Okay, so Kip can totally be awake. I mean, it's just that he's exhausted because he didn't get no sleep.
I thought I was already kept awake because I have a point of exhaustion.
Yeah. I mean, unless Kip wants to go back to sleep. But where's the fun in that?
There's no
Okay.
fun in that. We'll keep this point of exhaustion. Keep this party rolling.
Okay, so
Yes.
one thing you guys do notice that as folks are funneling out of the church, as they do, Callistra, you do notice as you're looking around that a lot of the off-duty guards kind of are meandering at the exit, hanging out. They don't seem to be heading home like a lot of the folks.
Okay.
Like aggressively hanging out and conspiring.
No, just smoking a cigarette and talking shit, outside as a group. They're very cliquish. I mean, unless you want to go out and see or maybe hear more.
I mean, I feel like I would like to. I mean, if I'm playing pastory person and they're still hanging around my building because apparently I've claimed this building as my own, wouldn't I be doing the right thing and going out there and chatting with them and encouraging them to get the fuck away so we can get on with the day?
Well, or I could go turn myself invisible and go snoop.
I mean, that's a thing. Well, but if they're standing outside, because okay, it's been a minute, but I'm pretty sure that the pastory people and his clique of important pastory peoples hang out with everyone and talk with them until they go away.
Mm-hmm.
They're not done until the last person leaves.
Yeah.
You also have
and-
a druid that can shapeshift. If you
What you
want
gonna
to
shape
try.
into?
There'd be a cat since it's the Church
Oh.
of Freya now.
Church of Freya totally needs a cat. I mean, I'm just saying.
So.
Yeah. But like legit though, like I'm not wrong. That's how churches operate, right?
Yeah, people don't just take off; they meander. But you just notice that the off-duty guards are definitely cliquish and hanging out. And because Esme's still inside talking to the line of people escorting them out. This is just if Callista's interested in going out and seeing some more. I mean, same thing with our little druid. If you want to snoop, you could totally snoop.
I mean,
y'all aren't nosy. I'm gonna be sad.
Esme's like shaking everyone's hand, and that's taking lots of her attention.
Or we could
No,
say
I'm
Kim.
gonna casually
I'm not
walk
touching
out
that many
there.
people.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
casually walk over. Maybe I'll take Twigsy with me to pretend to have a conversation while we're eavesdropping.
Okay, so
You're
you're
taking
gonna
me as a person or as a cat?
As a person.
Okay.
as she picks up the gnome as a gnome and says, "You're a nice kitty."
Good kitty, good.
Okay,
Now
so if
Callista's got to be slow.
if that's the case,
No.
Callista, give me a deception as you're trying to fly casual and eavesdrop.
Okay, give me a second.
Here, I was thinking you'd use your keen ears to overhear them, but instead, no, you're
Oh,
getting
I'm
really
sorry.
close with them, trying to pretend that you're just you're talking casual. I like this.
I'm
Gotta
sorry.
complicate things, Jim.
Did I ruin?
No, you just took it in a different direction. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a-okay.
Hey, you didn't kill him, so you haven't ruined anything yet.
Okay.
And even if you kill
Even
them,
if
it's
you
because
kill
they're
him,
shitty.
I mean,
It's because
yeah.
they're shitty.
And for the
All right,
record, these guys only have like daggers on. They don't have real weapons on them right now.
It's
They went to church
deception.
with daggers?
They were in
No.
church. Everybody wears daggers.
See, now it's not so weird. I gave the kids weapons. You're welcome.
As all of a sudden a kid comes walking out with a morning star, and everybody gives the kid the side
I
glance.
wanted it to be a sigh or something.
Okay, so you and Twigsy come kind of like meandering close to these guys,
Well,
and
talk to her as we're walking.
yep, you totally are pulling that deception off with that 10 you rolled. At least you think so. And then all of a sudden, you and Twigsy are just talking about kind of like light nonsense, just to talk as you're walking closer. And you kind of like look up and realize that like half the guards are staring at the two of you because they realize that you guys are getting really close and talking about gibberish.
I mean, we're talking about real things. It just
As one of the most groomed guards kind of walks over and says, he nods politely. You kind of recognize him from, remember the guy out at the wall?
yeah. Is it him?
As he of course immediately offers his hand in friendship,
Yeah, and I take his hand. I also kiss my coin, just to prove things.
As he just kind of like smiles at that, and he's like, "Don't worry, you're in the city walls. We don't worry about that formality once you're in town,
Ah, okay.
unless we do." As he gives you this kind of winky face, like you know what I mean. As he kind of like turns back to the gals and guys that are guards, and he's just like, "It's okay, guys. She's good people, and I know on good authority that she is a hero of the people."
I blush and smile.
And he sort of kind of like regales them with one of your tales that has been told in the bars, of what did you kill, and of course you got to say what day of the week was it. Was it raining? As he just goes back to the guards, and you notice that standing outside the church, kind of tucked away against the wall, there already is a guard in his uniform tunic and chainmail, with his sword waiting outside the church.
Does he, like, when you say with his sword, is the sword out?
No, just on his belt.
Is it one that we've seen before?
It's not a guard that you've seen before.
Is it General G guy?
It might be General G guy's, munchkin.
It's an escort to make sure we get to where we're supposed to be.
Or to make sure you don't leave without, talking first. Trust in the church, but verify. You never know when there could be a fake sorceress pretending to be a cleric.
That
Who's
seems a
pretending
little
at this
stupid.
point?
All right. Well, I will go back inside and check on Esme, and let her know that there's appears to be someone waiting for her.
I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, well then let's end this service. Enjoy. I must go to my next appointment. Where is my Jocelyn? I'm gonna call you my Jocelyn, yo.
Oh, I'm here.
As Jocelyn pops out of the curtain with her small
Okay.
band of armed munchkins.
So
And
Joss and I are gonna go for a little walk. Gonna go meet with General Gigi.
Is he in
I was
town?
He is in town, yep.
Okay.
Am I leaving my weapons? Did we decide that's what we're doing?
We're going to appear to not have any weapons on us, which is a very different statement altogether.
Because I have a shield and a whip and like a big quarterstaff. Am I
Yeah, no,
leaving?
we are going to appear as if we do not have any weapons.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna give each of the kids. I'm gonna hand off my shield, my quarterstaff, my whip. I'm gonna keep my dagger. I'm gonna leave the sword. And I'm gonna tell them part of your job as apprentice knights, aka AKs, is to take care of knights' weapons. Take care of my weapons. And while I'm gone, or you listen to the knight commander and the half elf, and then I walk off.
At that exact moment,
So-
the person you handed your longsword drops it loudly out of the scabbard.
That's
God.
okay. That's okay, Goth. It's all right. All right.
I'm going, when we are heading out on our little walk, I'm going to go straight up to the dude in uniform. Sorry, my computer's about to die, so if you see weirdness, that's what you're seeing.
We see
And I'm
your
gonna,
ceiling.
Okay, well, no, not really.
Did I get kicked off again?
Nope, I
I'm
can
gonna
hear
No,
you.
look
you're
at-
there, Natalia. Meg's
I'm
gone,
gonna
and
look at Kip and
Jim's
real
gone, I
quick
think.
in Cajun say, "Remember, you promise. You'll leave me behind." And I keep going.
Okay, and immediately this young guard, he kind of like steps forward as soon as he sees the two of you, and he presents himself.
Hi, guys.
Oh, I thought that was the guy for
That
a
was
minute.
so
I was gonna be
perfect
like,
timing.
why is he all like, "Hi guys"?
I was like, that was good, Jim.
I'm like, okay, this will be fine. This is not a problem.
Sorry, my computer died, but I'm coming back into so I'm on my phone. I'm going to switch to the real one really quick.
Well, Jim was like, and then he introduces himself, and you guys are all, "Hi guys." It was perfect timing.
It's perfect timing.
As
Well,
he just kind
I
of
was gonna
silently.
walk up to him and be like, "I'm assuming you're here to take us to the general." Like, I wasn't gonna like pussyfoot around anything.
And he says, "Yes, I was commanded as soon as the services end that I must escort you over to the general."
And then I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Do you know what time after 8 bells is?"
And he looks at you and he kind of blinks. He says, "That would be 9 bells, priestess."
Yeah, I still have plenty of time. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say uno momento, and walk back over to my pedestal and grab some of that fruit, and then come back, and then I'll be ready.
Total power play.
Hey, you're short.
I was about to correct him when he said yes and didn't call you yes, ma'am. But he corrected it with priestess because I was about to be like, "Oh, sir, sir, you're talking to a noble and like a representation of Freya. You better put some respect on it."
I mean, I think I just I made my own power play, but I appreciate
Yes,
it.
you came over and you swaggered through it, and I was like, "That's my friend."
All right, let's go meet this general guy.
I'm letting you lead. I'm just along for the ride.
I mean, we have a plan. It's a terrible plan, but I'm here for it. And we're going to see if it works.
Okay,
And I
so
look at Callista, like I hard look at her before I leave, so she knows.
I know.
Okay.
Well, you guys don't know what Lex and I decided. Who knows if Lex remembers?
oh no, which version too? There's version A, B, or
You're just
C.
gonna go and be nice, right?
Earmuffs, children. I'm supposed.
I'm not sleeping with him, am I?
No, you're not. I'm gonna seduce him.
Oh, yeah. I remember this plan. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
I
so
didn't come up with this plan.
so he gladly is leading you guys, there, and he's just, he tries to give you some really, really light small talk. And then you notice two of the off-duty guards kind of join in with you guys.
Can I ask them if
Like
they have
flanking?
caffeine?
They're not quite flanking, but they are, they are walking alongside you guys. It could just be that they're heading to work, or it could just be they're wanting to hang out with their boy, or they're wanting to hang out with the two awesome priestesses.
I'm asking for caffeine.
You ask one of the off-duty guards, they will go run and get you some caffeine.
Yes, I am asking for lots of caffeine.
Okay. I'm glad you did that.
As she immediately looks at you and she's like, I know the best place. Do you like it sweet or robust?
I want it robust, dark and heavy. I don't want any of the sweet shit. But my friend wants it sweet, so get her the best sweet coffee you got.
And she takes off to go get some beverage, and she kind of like looks at the guys, the other guards, and they just kind of like give her the nod. So she
Man, you said the female. God, that's so a sexist thing to do. Look at you. Go get me coffee, Karen.
And she gives that hand gesture like she's going to come back with enough beverages for everybody, including herself. And she goes, stepping off to one of the little markety areas. And the guard that's leading you guys kind of says, so the general is wanting to know if you would be willing to help the cause.
What cause is that? We're on a vampire slaying cause right now.
And the guards kind of like exchange glances when you say that. And they're just like, well, the general was hoping that you would help around here since in 2 days hence, it's going to be the full moon. And both the guards kind of like look down at the ground as they're walking.
We healed somebody that can fight. You're welcome.
Great. I'm sorry. Are you guys trying to delay our mission given to us by the almighty Freya?
Ooh.
Or am I
Ooh.
understanding that we're being held here until we earn our passage of freedom?
I'm gonna nudge you and be like, shh, don't bring that up.
Give me an intimidation roll with advantage.
Which one of us?
Me?
Esme, since she's popping off with that.
Is she intimidating me or them?
Them.
The guards.
Okay.
She's totally intimidating them in the most adorable halfling way, which is really cute and bossy, which is like the coolest little halfling look ever.
I just rocked their church world. Thank you very much.
As they kind of look at you and they just kind of nod and says, we're not privy to that, priestess. You'll have to speak with the general on that. We're just making sure that you're not bothered by the crowds while you're here. Unless
I'm going to look at Esme and say, I don't like bullies.
Unless we're the bullies. We're the only bullies I like.
As they're going Valley Girl.
I don't like bullies.
So after a little ways, you get to what looks like once upon a time must have been a really nice tavern. Looks like it's under new management now. It's got little bars put across the windows. It's got, you notice that the bars that cover the windows, one of the bars is pure silver, or at least plated silver. The door has a barred gate that looks like it can be slammed shut and locked, that has one silver bar.
Get out of here easy.
Well, it
I'm
looks
gonna,
like...
look at you. We're going to make eye contact. And we're going to trust ourselves, okay?
I'm as we're walking up, do I see there's bars on is it just one floor?
Nope. Looks like it's every opening in and out of this building. Give me either an insight or a perception check, Jocelyn.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, definitely not insight. Oh, they're both trash.
As you totally look at this place and you just think, I don't want to be locked up inside because it'll be a pain in the ass to break my way out.
Death trap. It's a death trap.
Totally ignoring the fact that this makes this a great place to take a last stand if you were to have to.
I'm going to like squeeze her hand and like make eye contact of like, we got this.
Is it made of wood?
The building is wood, but it is reinforced. You see like the occasional iron band that's reinforcing the wood, so you can't just like
look
burn
at it
or.
and tell her wood burns.
It doesn't look like the place would burn very well. It does look like it's lacquered with something non-flammable.
We're still magic. We're magic bitches. We can make fire happen if we want.
It seems that someone
I can
has.
fly with you if I have to.
Someone has put all of the home-proofing, self-defense, incursion tricks into this fortification, including extra shutters and stuff.
Did we just like find Tun's Tavern? Am I about to like walk into like the Marine Corps Tavern of like 17 whatever? Is this the home base of the Marines that I'm going to? That's what I feel like.
And the guard kind of like looks at both of you guys and gives you this pleasant look, like he doesn't want to interfere with your business, and he just points his hand to head on inside. He'll wait here
What time is it?
to escort you back, and it's like a little after 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm following Esme.
All right. I know that she was glancing. I would like to take a good once over of where we are before I just blindly step in. May I? Mother, may I? DM, may I?
You totally may. So insight or perception, whichever you'd like.
We are freaking
perception.
killing it.
As your 6 is slightly better than her 5 in perception. But you look around and realize this place is seriously fortified.
All right, I'm going to take a deep breath. Is the door open or is it shut?
The door is wide open. You can just walk on in.
Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to square my shoulders, and I am just going to march in like it is my fortified building.
Okay.
Do it.
So as you two come walking in, of course the guards they hang out outside, and they kind of like look around of where's our buddy with those drinks. As you guys go walking inside, and your eyes immediately adjust to the difference of light going inside. And this looks like it was once a really nice tavern from the inside. It's got the beautiful woodwork inside. It's got nice heavy-duty tables, bar. But it looks like it's been repurposed to basically become an officer's, rec hall type of thing. You see...
as we're walking in, I am going to poke my head out and be like, hey, when my coffee gets here, please bring it to me. And then I'm gonna keep going.
And they're like, yes, Rhesus.
Okay, just gotta make sure.
As you notice, this building has weapons lining the walls. There's maps and charts. There's lunar maps. There's casualty reports listed there. There's population charts of the nearby communities. And then you notice that there's this weird little chart that you can't quite make sense of it because you can't quite catch the details. But it looks like you may want to look at it later.
Okay.
Just saying, it's interesting, but you didn't quite see it with your mighty perception of the changing of the light.
Are we alone in this room?
As you matter of fact look around, you see there's a couple different people moving around doing attaché work, moving, signing scrolls, doing paperwork, measuring some things, some coins out, and then you notice at the end of what would have been like the hearth, where the fireplace would be in the tavern, there's this really nice wood desk set up, and
is
next to it,
sitting at the desk,
there is a. If it wasn't for the eye patch and scar over one eye, a fairly attractive woman in chainmail. Actually, no, excuse me. She's not in chainmail. She's in brigandine armor.
Is our general a lady?
Brigadier.
I'm going to walk up to the lady and be like, General?
And she immediately waves her hand, and a bunch of the people talking to her back off, and she stands up, and she looks at you, slams her fist to her chest like a true powerful warrior, and kind of gives you this respectful bow of, you must be the priestesses.
We are. I'm gonna turn and look at Joss and wink at her.
Wink at Joss or the
I'm
general?
she's winking at me, aren't you?
I
So,
am.
like, you're giving me the sign, I know what's up. So I'm just giving this stoic warrior like look. No emotion.
Okay, and she basically gestures, get them chairs, you fools. And of course, the guys immediately grab some stools and snap over to you guys with some stools to sit down. As, at the doorway, you hear this very polite, ahem. And everybody turns to the doorway to see who's interrupting. And you see two, the one guard that went to get you beverages and the other guy, and they're holding the drinks in the little mugs. As she kind of like politely does this little curtsy bow, enters and comes and hands you two your beverages, and kind of like politely does curtsy bow and excuses herself without a word.
I might take a sip of my drink.
It's good.
I am not. I'm just gonna hold it.
You wanted to talk to us, General?
Yes. How aware are you of the situation around this town? Has the church told you what we've been putting up with, dealing with?
No, our ranger friend has experience with this town. We are travelers on a holy mission right now.
And of course, you say ranger friend, and she kind of whispers to one of her attachés who comes up and kind of like gives this like, I don't know who they're talking about look.
Have you heard of us before we got here and our mission from both her godly Freya-ness and the Church of Light?
Unfortunately, I've been too busy with the day-to-day means of keeping this community alive under the God's forbidden supernatural creatures that attack on a regular basis and keeping the people fed. Is there any chance I could ask you priestesses to help our cause?
We are here for a short time. While we are here, we will be more than happy to assist in any way that we can. But our mission is elsewhere.
How long before your holy duties pull you away?
Joss, I know that
Today.
we do have a very strict. We are trying to meet up with a very dangerous foe. And if we are delayed by too much, it could be the end of the world as we know it. And I might be mixing up games, and I apologize.
And I feel fine.
No, that totally tracks.
Okay.
So do me a favor. Give me either a persuasion or intimidation, depending on how thick you're going to put that. Are you
Do you want me to do it? I'm pretty
cutesy,
persuasive.
or are you emphasizing
I'm
the
not talking.
end of the world and having that ominous long linger of the end of the world?
They're both the same. They're both charisma. They're both this. I've poured the same into it.
Is your charisma good?
No.
What?
You rolled a 1.
Fuck.
Wait, does she not get advantage because I'm there trying
you
to
know
look
what?
innocent?
I am blessed. What does
you're
my blessed
persuasive.
thing do?
The bless had worn off already. That was only good for 24 hours, right?
And it's only been, that was last fucking night, wasn't it? At the very least, it was the afternoon. It is within that 24 hours. I am good.
I like
just
the
need
way
to
you threw that
remember
out
what it
there.
is.
You got the finger and everything. Okay, and since Jocelyn is helping you, yes, you do have advantage with the roll.
Okay, because I was about to come in and like take over this conversation.
No. I got my bless. I don't remember what my bless does, but I got my bless.
It adds 1d4 to a roll.
Oh, well then let's just go with my having my assist with her persuading me.
Okay.
You guys don't think it would be safer though to actually not travel in the full moon in the forest?
I mean, I would like us to be free to leave when we are ready to leave. And if we happen to be around for 2 more days, sweet. But I don't want us making, I'm also not making promises for you guys. You guys aren't here. Like, if we decide as a group to stay, us as a group will decide to stay. I'm not committing to nothing when you guys aren't
The
here.
more we stay, the more chance of me getting caught.
That's also a thing.
I'm just saying.
I don't make promises for other people.
I do.
Okay, so
Obviously.
you're lingering that thought that it could be the end of the world if you're slowed down in your mission. And she kind of like looks at her attachés and her lieutenants, and they kind of like they make this sad, somber look, like hope is just deflated.
We can, of course, bless as much of your town as possible before we leave. We're not going to just leave you high and dry.
We will come back.
Yes,
we will come back.
And we will. I'll keep having sermons until we leave.
I like how you're like, no, we're gonna leave, and you can't now. Now you're feeling bad. You're bad.
No.
Well, until we leave, I will hold a sermon until we leave. If we're leaving before lunch, I have not lied.
Not a non-stop sermon until we leave.
Power prayer session.
Sermon.
Guys, I just found honeysuckle tea for sale.
Oh my god!
And then someone died.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Sorry. It's this like online Asian market called We. They ship goodies to you, and they have honeysuckle tea.
Oh god!
Across town, our forest gnome is like, I found honeysuckle tea!
It exists. It's real.
No, the honeysuckle is a lie.
Why else would I be asking for
it? Because you're an asshole. That's why.
So of course, she kind of like looks at you like, with sad, beckoning eyes that she'd really like help if you would be, if the gods would be willing to spare your services in order to help the community. If you are on your holy mission, I understand, and I will not hold you up.
We are on our holy mission. I would love to bless you. Can I bless you?
And she looks at her guys, and she immediately comes around the desk and drops to a knee. And they kind of like all religiously drop to a knee and hold their hands in prayer.
Sweet. I don't know how to bless someone. I think it's a spell I have.
If you use the spell, you can use the spell.
Her, I'm gonna haunt your ass.
You can totally just do religion too for a blessing instead of the actual buff.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just gonna have me roll for religion with my blessing of the peoples
with advantage since you're the blessed priestess. Okay, you give a good solid blessing.
I'm gonna touch her shoulder while I'm blessing her. Just putting that out there.
Oh.
It's a good thing she's kneeling.
That's exactly why I can touch her shoulder.
Make sure you do it on the side she can see. Don't scare her. She's me height. She's Esme touch height.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How tall is she, would you say?
She's like 6'1". She is big and brawny.
Like a tree.
She is born of warrior stock.
She's born of what stock?
Of warrior stock.
Warrior, okay. She is fitting the physical description.
I'd totally go to that concert.
She was carrying tree trunks on her shoulder when she was 12, because her daddy was Arnold.
Swoon. So I bless them, and I'm like, I touch her shoulder and kind of linger my hand and say that they can get up.
And you kind of notice that she has one little tear on her good eye come down when you're giving her the blessing.
May Freya be with you.
As she kind of gets up and takes a second to compose herself, making sure no one sees her crying, she pretends to sniff. That I'm not crying. It's a runny nose. It's my caffeinated beverage is too hot. As she proceeds to get behind the table, and she thanks and she looks at Jocelyn and thanks Jocelyn, and says, "You don't know how long it's been since our community has had a good priest or priestess here to take care of the souls of the people."
He's talking to me. She's talking to me.
She's talking to both of you.
Oh, I'm unless Esme is like looking at me, I'm letting Esme talk.
I know, but she's including you in the conversation.
Yeah,
You're
she's looking
priestess.
at you and saying that.
Oh, directly at me? Okay.
He is looking at you.
I understand, but there's a much greater purpose.
Dear General, if we succeed in our mission, you don't have to live behind a wall anymore.
And all of a sudden, her lieutenants and attachés start looking at each other like, "Holy shit! What is this?" As she just kind of like,
missions in my head. I'm sorry, guys.
You're supposed
that's
to be
our mission.
You're supposed to be heading north to find out the secret of what made vampires 400 years ago, and hopefully get rid of vampires.
Yeah.
Okay,
We are going to turn the tides.
Am I really Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 2 fucking games?
I was gonna say, what's the other game? You're not Buffy in the other game. You're Crazy Psycho Druid in the other game.
Yeah, I'm still trying to stave off the apocalypse.
Yeah, but in that game, it's just a bunch of mad wizards.
Your angel in the
I'm gonna ask, since they seem to be vibing, I want to look at her because there is a large wall of weapons, right?
There is a large wall of weapons.
Did I see a cutlass when I came in here?
There was definitely a cutlass available.
I'm going to say I would like to ask something. I know I have no right to ask you, but as one warrior to another, I've lost my weapon defending us coming in here. I see you have a cutlass. May I have it to take on this journey to turn the tides of evil?
As all of a sudden, when you say that, you kind of see her emotions kind of shift from woman who's reminiscing about life that used to be some way and somehow, and almost like her mother may have been a priestess once upon a time. And then all of a sudden she blinks and you get like anime emotion change, total manga style, where all of a sudden she gives you the serious look. As she looks at you and says, I would gladly trade one of my weapons if you could do a small favor for my people. She's now in negotiation mode.
What's the favor, I wonder?
So, going and defeating all the vampires and the evil in the world is not enough? You want another favor?
Ooh. As you say that, and like half the people start doing holy symbols to themselves when you mention the V word. Faux pas. As she looks at you and says, I understand more now, as you realize that you let slip the vampire thing. As she's just like, you may be on a mission with the church to go after the bloodsuckers, but we have more pressing matters here in Wolfguard. As her eyes kind of like, she kind of like looks to the side, and you kind of notice that there's, a wolf's head stuffed above the fireplace. Big, nasty looking dire wolf head. As she...
It's fine. I'll find one somewhere else. Not a problem.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
So she just looks at you guys and says, if your goddess would allow you, and she looks at both of you guys, when she emphasizes goddess, would allow you to escort some of my men on a hunt before you must leave.
How long do the hunts usually last?
I can find a sword somewhere else.
Do you say that?
I'm going to say that to her because we are on a time crunch. Like, we are behind. I will just find a weapon somewhere else. I appreciate the offer. I really do. But we have to get going or a greater evil will be unleashed.
Okay, go ahead and give me a deception check.
Why did you stop writing Saturday, weirdo?
Can I, on this,
Night.
I want to, wait, what? Let me say my name.
No, they're talking about side conversation on Skype.
Oh, I want to use my Tides of Fate to re-roll.
Okay, so how does that work?
I re-roll.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you'll let me take the high or if you want me to actually re-roll, but
No, you would want to re-roll for using that. I was just testing you to see if you knew how your ability works. See.
Yeah, I
You
get
should
to. I
just
get to
explain
read
it to
what's
people.
next. Okay. I can manipulate the forces of chance or chaos to gain advantage on an attack roll, ability check, or a saving throw. Which this is my ability check, right? To deceive.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm going to do that. Anytime you can only use it once within a long rest. Okay, so I'm going to roll again.
Okay.
One.
We can only hope for lower. Or is that just me? Okay. So you're basically pressing upon her the importance of your mission, and she's looking at you almost like she's got a +3 to insight.
Technically, I'm not lying. It is a very important mission we're on.
As she's giving you kind of that cop stare and silence, and you just look at her hands that are on the desk. She's got her hands out on the desk, and you just see kind of her knuckles turn kind of white out of frustration, kind of like multiple emotions hitting all at once.
I'm just going to look right back at her. I'm used to staring down generals and my mom. This lady's not going to make me buckle.
As she kind of, she nods, and she looks at one of her lieutenants and says, "See to the priestess's needs. When they leave tomorrow, provide any assistance within reason that we can provide. Just make sure to take them out the Beggar's Gate."
The Beggar's Gate, eh?
Well, if you're heading north, that's through the Beggar's Gate.
Okay, well, it sounded a little bit like a diss. That's why I was just clarifying.
It sounded like a go take him and shoot him in the back of the head in the back 40.
Right?
Wow.
She said we're leaving tomorrow, which I don't know that we agreed to that, but I guess.
Well, she did say you're leaving in one day.
Who said that? I
You,
said we're leaving
apparently.
today. I said today.
Yeah, that's
after this meeting.
that's why they're prepared to escort you out.
Oh, I thought you said tomorrow. It sounded like, yes, I thought you said tomorrow, Jim.
Well, whatever Jocelyn said is what she's referring to. So I thought Jocelyn meant in a day. She said today. I miscaught that. I thought she said a day, not today.
Okay. Okay.
So they will be prepared to escort you out before the end of the day.
Wow.
And the general will turn around to the wall. She will pull a saber off the wall and put it on the desk in the harshest clank that you hear it hit that desk. And nobody says a word looking at the sword on the table.
That's a beautiful sword. I mean, if we're all just going to stand here, I'll compliment her on her sword. That's a beautiful sword. Darling.
As she looks at Jocelyn and says, "If you must leave, and take this sword with our blessings."
What kind of sword is it?
The sword you gestured to. She's giving you exactly what you asked for.
I'm just making sure that's okay. I didn't know she just gave me something completely random where I was going to be like, "Bitch, what you doing?" I'm going to take it.
She's giving you exactly what you asked for in the harshest, coldest manner possible.
That's fine. She didn't know my mom. Thank you. May the Lord of Light bless you, and we will be back to bestow upon you twofold the kindness you showed us.
Well, they're having their like cat fight. Since I'm not really involved, is it possible for me to like do a little sneaky perception, sneak a peek, be like staring around the room, staring at like that piece of paper you specifically said we should be noticing?
As you're like every other person in the room besides the general and Jocelyn and trying to not be in this conversation. Everyone's looking every direction, but at these two looking at each other. There's some awkwardness.
Dude,
Go
I
ahead.
I want to wink at her and blow a kiss so bad, but I'm not going to. Like,
no, don't you dare!
Please don't.
So with your beautiful 21,
you're gonna ruin my wink if you wink at her.
With your beautiful 21 to perception, you kind of like you hear one of the generals who kind of turns his back and he kind of like sniffles and he says, "The light is abandoning us again." Said very, very lightly under his breath. And you see the casualty reports of the patrols. They usually lose 2 or 3 people every week on patrols outside the city lines. And you notice that there's an astrological chart keeping track of the moon.
How good is my photographic memory?
It depends how well you roll intelligence.
Okay. Is that when I need to recall this information, or me trying to save it into my brain information roll?
Just recalling it later on.
Okay, so I'm going to stare as intently as I can in hopes that my DM will later let me roll better for trying to remember this map.
Okay. And you're seeing lots of tactical maps. There's lots of maps. And the one map that kind of catches your attention that's hanging on the wall has got lots of edits that have been done to it. And it looks like possible den locations. And you can see they've like checked out and it's like casualties 4, check mark off casualties 2, It seems like every time you're getting the gist that every time they try to track the local pack of werewolves, they've checked off places that are their most likely locations for dens. And how many men were killed in the attempt?
Are they done staring at each other cattily?
Yeah.
I was done. I tried to be nice.
Do you pick up the sword?
Yes, I told her, like, and I meant it. Like, we will come back and bless you twofold. Shoot, sword in my back. I'm ready to bounce once Esme is.
The sword doesn't have a scabbard.
It was hanging on a wall, just loosey-goosey naked.
I guess I thought I had my armor piece for my sword on. I guess I don't. Fine. Boom. Under my arm.
Okay. As she turns around and takes Esme's eye out.
Or however one would carry a sword without,
Okay.
Without murdering anybody.
So what is Esme gonna do? Is Jocelyn's like, I got loot, thanks, bye.
General, this map here intrigues me. Would you be opposed if I made a copy for my records before we went on our way?
As she kind of looks at you and she gives you this half-hearted smile, reaches into her desk, kind of ruffles around, pulls out a rolled up parchment, and basically, nicely this time, puts it on the desk in your general direction. If you would like, I have multiple copies. Each of my patrols are given one of these.
Thank you, dear General. You are a blessing to this town. Your hard work and dedication is not being overlooked by Our Lady Freya.
And she kind of she grabs under her chest. Obviously, she's got a holy symbol there, and you have a feeling that it's probably one of Freya. As she kind of whispers, just a quiet little prayer to feel the warmth of love and the strength of arms. In Freya's service, we all fall.
You're much better coming up with religious shit than I am. Here, let's beat both guys.
As she kind of looks at you and gives a half-hearted smile, it would have been great to do business with you.
to look at her, I'm gonna throw some longing in there and like a half little smile.
Okay, give me a persuasion as you're trying to mend fences.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
As obviously she's too upset to even notice your look, as she just kind of instead of looking at you when you're trying to mend fences, she just kind of squeezes her one good eye, and a single tear falls to her desk and blots the ink on one of the maps that she has there.
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna slowly take my map and awkwardly stare at her, and then just turn around quickly,
Pitter patter.
Just kind of walk up to Joss and be
her.
all right, let's move on to the next thing.
Okay.
But I'm gonna toss a look over my shoulder to see if she's looking as I'm leaving.
Oh, she's looking. She's looking.
She's
What
looking
is
at Jocelyn, or she looking at her husband?
Give me an insight check real quick as you look back and you see all the faces looking at you.
You always look back, y'all.
You always
No, you
look
don't.
back.
Yes, you do.
And
you
with-
gotta know
She
what
does
you're
not look
leaving
back
behind.
and walk out that room. The important person is leaving.
With your natural 20 to insight,
Ooh.
you immediately realize that all the people are looking at you with longing and hope being dashed in their hearts. They were excited that there were priestesses coming to protect their community and strengthen their spirits. They were hoping that you would go with them on a werewolf hunt. But your God's mission is more important than the common people's survival.
Wow.
And the general looks with a combination of she believes in the power of Freya and the church, but she's starting to doubt that maybe her belief in the church was just a little too much of not trusting herself. And she has to trust herself and her men, because when all is said and done, only her steel and the steel in her heart is all that she can count on, because the church doesn't care about her people.
Oh my God, the guilt. That's not what I was hoping to look in her eyes and see, Jim.
And you kind of realize, looking back, that this building's not really a jail. It's totally made to be like a last bastion of, if people have to bunker down, this would be where people would bunker to fight the long fight.
I mean, I thought that that's kind of what you were telling us, is that that's like when this town comes to crumbles, all the survivors are hanging out there.
But you kind of botched your check last time, so now I'm confirming it. I implied it
I kind of
before.
feel like it's where the elite go, and the rest, they lock the doors and leave them out.
The elite that know how to wield their weapons.
It's like the Silent Hill Church.
So, while they're talking to the general, what is the rest of you guys doing at the church? Besides watching the poor acolyte cleaning up afterwards and trying to put the kids to work cleaning up.
I'm still doing my grow plants because it's an 8-hour check, so we can feed the orphans that we leave this poor lady. She has 5 mouths to feed.
She's fine.
For
The
no
church
reason.
pays for it. She gets a monthly money from the church.
Does she?
There's no money.
Does she?
They've ignored the church has ignored this place for the longest time. She's not
it's
getting
all-
nothing.
She ain't getting shit.
She's fine.
This church, God has left them, and then we come into town, and God is looking at them for a second. They did not see the episode of Futurama where God only stares at you for a second and then moves on.
I left the kids $2 a month to eat off of. I mean, I feel like they could eat off that if they have to.
This church
True,
is so
you know what?
poor,
Grow
even I
plants.
don't want to steal from it.
What did you say about stealing?
This church is so poor, even I don't want to steal from it.
Well, there's
as
nothing good
as
to
Kip
steal.
is sharing this
That's
pearl of
different.
wisdom with the rest of you guys in the back of the church.
Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to concentrate and bless the ground so it will grow vegetables.
I'll help do any kind of manual labor that if there's needed manual labor for that. Because, yeah, I feel bad for everybody in this town right now.
She will gladly let you help do carpentry work to help fix the shutters and the windows to protect the glass and blah blah blah. Okay, so after good hours worth of work, as you guys
how can
are
I help
being
consummate this ground.
Does that mean you're leaking on the tree?
Consummate the ground. Gross.
So your two priestesses come back to y'all, right? You guys going back to the church?
So I asked for y'all to follow us at a safe distance.
And they left you.
We left them there because if they had to tuck and run.
But they were supposed to be eavesdropping in case they had to, so they'd know to tuck and run.
I thought you said you were ditching us.
No.
No,
I am going to tell Esme. Oh. Go ahead.
Hello? No, my understanding was, like, if shit went wrong to get out of Dodge, if we're close, that's not going to happen.
Okay. So you got the same message, just... Okay, got it.
I'm going to ask Esme, as we're walking back kind of quietly, like, if we need to hunt werewolves for you to seal this deal, I will stay another day, if it's that important.
I was thinking maybe as a gift as we leave, we hunt one of these, we just walk by one of these places. Maybe, just kind of anonymous.
How would they know?
They don't need to know. We just do it anonymously, and then it doesn't feel like God fucking abandoned this godforsaken town because we killed off some other werewolf.
I honestly wasn't worried about God at this moment. I haven't seen you make the googly eyes at anybody in a hot minute. So if we need to pause for you to handle your googly eyes.
I think the only way I'm going to get googly eyes back is if she stops losing 2 people a week in her town on a good week. So legit, I don't need to get laid this time around.
Let's roll. Let's get out of this place.
I do think we should maybe look at this map and go past one of these dens and try to give her a gift.
Let's give it to Callista. She's good with the map.
She is, and I'm sure. As long as they are, legit werewolves, I think that it will be our gift to this. Yes.
You could get the claws and hold on to them, and when you come back, be like, "My lady, I brought you something more precious to you than gold." A little something. You gotta bring flowers when you see a lady the second time when you're wooing. Or werewolf teeth, whatever.
Yeah, necklace out of a werewolf tooth, or I'll wear it, and then I don't have to brag. Again, I'd like them to think that their God hasn't completely forsaken them, even though look around.
I'd send a letter to the church to ask him to help out more, but it's $1 million gold to send mail. So
right, so we murder some werewolves, we give them some peace, we're doing good works, our swords get some good exercise, we stay on track.
Could they be wealthy werewolves?
Please? Maybe. They're thievy werewolves.
Let's go back and let's get out. Let's get going.
Okay. Guys,
hey group.
Okay, so you get back to the church. You see, Twigsy out there blessing the garden. You see poor Kip standing there next to a broom.
He's consummated.
He's just asleep.
Are we ready to roll on out?
He needs 8 hours apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna. Okay.
But you started at 5 a.m., didn't you?
Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock in the morning.
We have to wait till 1.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We gotta pack up, grab something to eat,
practice. Yeah.
Leave last-minute directions for your foundlings.
Don't I have a middle of the day ceremony I have to do?
You do have the high noon ceremony.
I did. What ceremony?
So much.
The high sun ceremony.
Yeah, that's middle of the day, right?
Yep.
I promised as long as we were here, I'd do ceremony. I'll do one more church.
Church.
I knew.
Okay, so as Twigsy's almost done consecrating the garden, it's time for your sermon. You know, you notice that you have pretty much people are outside poking their heads in the windows. They open up all the windows and the shutters so people can hear your sermon. There's like a good 50 people surrounding the church listening through the windows.
Okay. Coolness.
They are here to hear the good words.
All right.
And-
It's going to be... Oh, go ahead.
And it looks like your preachiness and its beautiful sermoniness kind of hit home, as you notice the first couple pews that are usually reserved for the wealthy and the noble, they have kind of like all the children sitting in the front rows.
Ooh, look
Like
at
some of
that.
the orphans, some of the people's kids. It almost seems like people were kind enough to give up their seats to let the up and comers hear your words.
Sweet. Welcome to
Does
Fred.
this have anything to do with us taking the little apprentice knights? Did they maybe start thinking about the kids because of it?
Or the
Okay.
the faces of the ones you didn't choose are looking up at you, watching their friends clinking their gold coins together, saying, "We're richer than you."
Because kids are dicks. Okay, so this is gonna be my goodbye sermon, but I want it to be super like not so much Freya love, but Freya loves to like stab people that deserve it, and the people that deserve it are, you know, not your neighbors, but those people trying to murder you. It's like a good war cry, a very stick up for yourself. Freya loves it when you spill blood, but also, you know, celebrate your wins at home with your loved one of the week.
They may take our werewolves, but they'll never take our town.
Oh my god.
Win
know,
one
like-
for the
like
Gipper.
And I'm just going to be super encouraging of them and super, I believe in you guys. Freya is thinking you're awesome. Go team, go kill all the werewolves. We believe in you, but we ain't staying.
But you're saying it in a nice way.
Yes, I'm very much emphasizing about how awesome they are.
Okay, so you do have advantage since you're in your church.
It's my church.
They know
It is
that
my
it's your church now, as you roll a beautiful, dirty 22. So dirty, almost as dirty as your words as you're getting ready to leave them. As you know, you feel the people have hope. They really do. I mean, a lot of the folks looking in the windows, you know, feel like if they stay strong and they keep their arms from trembling and they survive through the night, Freya will be there to bless them in the morning.
Yes, she is. And she is all about them being mentally and physically prepared for this war. And, you know, winning. They can win.
I like gems if they survive the night.
That's why I kind of implied if they really think it's going to be their last night, maybe get some. It'll rejuvenate them for their fight in the morning.
For the night is full of terrors.
No, those are consensual screams, Jim.
Oh my god.
Okay, so pretty much after you finish your beautiful sermon, you know, people are happy. They're riding high on the church dopamine rush and maybe free cookies. It's all about the free cookies.
Free cookies are the best kind of cookies.
As
But they're
Twigsy
church
finishes
cookies.
her blessing of the gardens, which, by the way, if you guys all noticed, this entire area is going to be really nice and fertile for a while, which will probably get these people to survive the winter.
See,
So it
we're
does,
good people.
Twigsy?
it does suck when you have to burn your farmland to keep a demilitarized zone for werewolves.
Not if you got a Twigsy. It makes it all better.
Yes, she
Doing a good
does.
prayer.
And by the time you finish the sermon, and you know you shake everyone's hands, and of course all the people outside are like they're like reaching through the windows to get to like at least touch Esme.
Does the
Better her
general
than me.
does the general come to church?
She does not come to the church.
I mean,
You were
do we
just
get a big
denying
see-off
me.
like in Wizard of Oz?
But as you guys start to say goodbye to folks and wrap things up, you do notice that 4 of her guards are there. They have enough horses for all of you, plus 1 mule extra.
Oh, they're giving us horses.
They're,
Okay,
they're
cool.
giving you horses and a pack mule.
Your booze kind of great.
I mean, she kind of figured you have church food that you can pack up, so she didn't need to supply any of that because they ain't got food to spare.
I'm going to go up to one of the guards and take their hand and look at them earnestly and say, "Thank you, General, from the bottom of my heart."
And my vagina.
Oh my god.
I don't think you know your anatomy very well. The
As-
bottom of my vagina ain't very useful.
As he kind of
I mean, they're
looks
both
at
real low
you
to the
and
ground, though.
kind of gives you a smile and he squeezes your hand and I'm sure the general, if she could be here, would wish the same blessings for you and your crusade that you're going on. May it be successful to save all of us.
Make sure she knows how grateful I am.
If Freya's light will bless her, she will know. And he just kind of
She
gives.
knows already.
Ooh. As you know, he basically lets you know that my men have horses for you. We have the pack mule there, and he's like kind of choked up there in his words there. He heard your powerful sermon. And we are to escort you out when you are prepared to leave. If you need any aid in packing, my men will more than willingly help you, priestesses.
Do we need help loading up our pack mule and our horse, or we got this?
We got this.
Is one of the horses me-sized, or do I have to ride the fucking
Here
mule?
we go with this. Here we go with this again.
Just get on the horse.
Unfortunately, they only have real horses. On the plus side, these are like Clydesdale horses,
Do they have a saddle that will fit me then? Because there's no way in hell I'm going to fit in a real-ass saddle.
We could put you in a saddle bag.
They do have a children's safety saddle. It's got the extra thick posts on the 4 corners, so you're less likely to fall
Right
out.
in front of me and hold on.
It's like the little sidecars for the motorcycles when it's you and me on the side of Calistria.
Sure, why not?
And it's really just a saddle bag poofed open. Onward to victory!
No, they give us enough horses for us each to ride a horse. I just, I'm stubby, and so is Twigsy.
Hmm.
I was gonna just get up on the horse with Calistria and take a nap.
Yep,
I've been working for 8 hours.
that works.
She's been out there praying on the little grass, saying, "You can do it, little grass. You can do it."
You've been doing the Lord's work.
No, I need a nap. The only one that did anything good for this time.
Whoa!
Hey, we need an almost dead guy, not almost dead. That
Saving
counts
the
for
future
something.
of this town.
Guess who's going to be on the KIA list next month?
What is that? That's
Which
terrifying. The
Some-
picture in Skype?
Oh, it's some horse covered in gear.
I don't like it.
It's from Ewok's Caravan of Courage. That's what the Ewoks, the little ones, ride in when they're too small to ride the horse.
Oh yeah, it's almost like the Mongolian community. You know how they got
there's
the.
like a little.
It's like a big bird nest that 3 or 4 people can be in.
We get a portable, like a little tent, though.
It's a hut on the back of a horse.
Poor
Get out
horse.
of
It
here,
sounds
lady.
exactly what Twigsy wants, so
Just climb it and take a nap.
Take all the naps.
Just tie the horse, my little horse, to one of yours.
Yeah, it will have to be. Yeah, well, that'll mean we're down a horse. Well, I mean, I guess we'll be down a driving horse.
We'll just wake up in the middle of nowhere.
Well, we
Poor Twigsy's in cat form, sitting on the saddle. Has it been 20 hours yet?
I want to give marching orders to my little knights,
Pony.
my apprentice knights, and let them know kind of like they're supposed to, and bring in the acolyte to let her know, like, any of them that don't know how to read or write, I'm asking that she teach them, and that they do, things around here to help her out and things that they see in the community that they can do to help, and that kind of give them the marching orders, the basic ins and outs of what they need to be doing as apprentice knights until I come back. Let them know to hold strong. If for some reason I'm not back within the 6 months, when I do come back, which I will recoup their any expenses, payment, any of their wages that I've missed.
And she says,
I let them know. Oh,
as you order, priestess.
and
As Kip
I
is
think
making love
that's
to his
pretty much-
horse.
What?
That was Bob.
Bob's dead to us. He's no longer important.
Kip
And-
rolled a
and I
natural
looked
20 to
at-
animal
I-
handling. His horse loves him.
Actually, I'm
looked
at
to Kip and I
disadvantage because of
asked
exhaustion.
him, I say, Knight Commander, do you have anything you want to say to your apprentice knight?
Don't ever take anything for granted. Don't ever let anyone push you around. You'll be all right.
Never go full return.
Oh, yeah.
You do good in this world, and good will come back to you.
Ooh. Do me a favor. Give me a persuasion roll.
Son of a bitch.
Me?
No, Kip. Kip for his rousing speech, his heart of
I-
leadership. No, he totally took the lead on that one. Look at that, 17. That's not bad at all.
Why is it
Well,
all gray and shit?
Because I rolled at disadvantage because I have exhaustion.
Oh, crap.
As the kids are like, whatever, old guy. But they're not disrespectful openly in front of their mistress.
Like, whatever, boomer.
Boomer, go adventure. Okay, so do you guys make any plans before leaving town?
I'm going to tell them about the map I found and how I would like to see if we can not detour, but on our way maybe kill some werewolves as a gift to them.
How far away are we from the next big city?
You guys are like a good 2 weeks journey. The horses are
Cool.
definitely going to help.
So again, we are going into the woods during a full moon when we could
Yeah.
just stay inside a city.
That's yeah, I feel like this is like a bad idea. As the monster hunter here.
As the
As-
monster here, I'm
As a-
reminding you.
As a forest gnome who has also been in the woods during a full moon.
And she
we have
hides under a
general
bush.
who hates monsters with a +3 insight that she can use to see through my illusion.
Who's
I'm just saying. I don't mind burning everybody down in this town with these kids, but I prefer not to.
Are you having this conversation in the church?
No, we're not
No.
having this conversation from
Okay, because remember, there
anybody.
are lots of ears now in the church.
I'm just going to remind them that we have a very
Little birds.
seemingly controlling general, and the longer we stay here, the more we're going to be indebted to her in her mind.
Okay.
And I don't play well with others.
Now,
Hint, wait.
are you trying to be quiet when you're having this conversation? That's my question.
Yes.
Give me a stealth check.
Everyone or just
Nope. Just Jocelyn when she's saying certain things. So I want to see if she's overheard. Okay. Just for my own fact to see what may be overheard by the extra sets of ears.
Everything.
And all I said was that we'd be indebted. The longer we say we'd be indebted, and I don't play well with others. I feel like that's okay. I feel like that lady already knows how I feel about it.
Oh, my name is Lord.
Or we could get 3 more days worth of tidings.
But we're not taking it with us. We're giving it to the church.
Oh. I thought we were taking it.
Nope.
No, we're feeding our orphans.
You're a good person.
It's called the community chest of the church.
You paid the kids. You didn't pay the poor acolyte who has to take care of the church.
Right.
Yo, fuck your church.
Not the Church of Freya now. We are team keep this church in not completely shitty conditions, please.
Fine, I'll give her 13 gold. Like,
no, they're keeping the tithing. We're not taking the tithe with us.
I'm like, you're giving them more gold? Okay.
No, I was gonna give the acolyte gold if everybody's gonna be upset about it, but it's just fine.
So Esme, at one point during the whole group montage, the acolyte kind of pulls you aside to talk to you. She asks for permission to speak with you in private.
Of course, young child.
And she takes you to like the only private spot in the whole church where there's a little bell tower that you have to go outside the church to go ring. It's a total pain in the ass, but it's a nice private spot, and of course the acolyte knows where it is. Hopefully the children do not discover it. And she basically wants to have a moment with you to say, I heard your friend speaking of the general, and I wish you to understand the situation. That she is a hard woman. I will be the first to admit that. But she is merely the product of the environment she is in, and she kind of like looks around, and she kind of opens her little acolyte outfit to show that she has scars on her body, and she just looks at you with a little bit of like memory hits her in the eyes, and she gets a little misty. And the general saved my life when I was outside the city, when my family was murdered by the wolves. And she brought me here, and she kind of like looks at the church and has this soulful moment where you see she just like remembers her as like a 10-year-old girl being brought to the church for the first time. And she's just like, her mother was the high priestess of this church. And her father was the general commander of this town. Unfortunately, she lost both her mother and her father on the same night of the full moon, to the wolf they refer to as the Alpha.
And keep going. I'm ready for more.
And I don't want your friend to have the wrong opinion of the general. She really just wants what's good for everyone. I understand that the lords and ladies of light are calling you away. And if your mission is as holy as they say, it must be a great and powerful mission that will save all of the lands and bring light back to this blighted world. But I just want you to know that the general, she's a practical woman, an earthly woman, who thinks of the here and now and the next day instead of the season to come. And she really is trying her best to keep all of the people alive.
I respect your general. My fellow priestess and the general did not see eye to eye, and they both took offense.
Literally, because I got two.
It's not fair to have funny things typing when he's giving serious. Now I have to talk serious. My friend and the general took each other's words to be more combatant than either one of them intended. So do not take what my friend said to heart. They just, bitches sometimes don't get along.
And she just like pats your shoulder gently, and she's like, I understand. I just want you to understand that the general is just trying to do what she can for her people. I understand your world is your flock. And you have many souls. We are trying
to do the best. We are trying to make it so people like the general can rest, and you and people like you don't live your life with wounds on the inside as well as the outside.
And she just, kind of like does the classic anime girl turn away with tears glistening in the sunlight.
Can I pat her hand? Can I give her a blessing?
You can totally give her a blessing.
Okay. Is that...
Are you giving her a for reals blessing?
I think she got all she undressed herself and showed me her scars.
Dang it.
That's like,
She had to do this away from Kip's creepy eyes.
I mean, it wasn't who I was hoping was gonna like show me some shit, but you know, take what I can get.
Kip's eyes are beautiful. They're not creepy.
One, why does this girl come to you and not me? Is she scared of me? Because that's pretty dope. And two, why is this warrior town crying like a bunch of pussies every time we turn around? I need them to man up.
Wow.
Wow.
God.
Way to show the empathy score there.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm gonna need you to harden up. God.
On the empathy level, she's just above sociopath, just below serial killer.
That's right. Thanks to my parents. Zero empathy.
You know what? I'm gonna tell her. I'm blessing her. But I'm gonna use a whole different spell on her.
Is that what they called it at the nunnery?
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Cast Cat's Grace and get my decks up real quick.
All right. So. Okay.
As Kip's inner monologue is coming over. Oh, the aid spell.
Oh my god.
I'm toughening her up.
Aww. And she feels
Right.
the actual tangible power of Cat's Grace's finger? No.
The fucking is. Oh no. Oh no.
As she feels the divine power actually tangibly pump into her body, and she's realizing that you're actually giving her divine grace. You know, because actually, you know, it's this spell. She's feeling the actual might of her gods and goddesses. That's only if you use strength of the ox for the contractions.
So glad somebody in this town will start acting like a warrior.
She cried at me. I made her tough. I'm gonna after I pet her and do my magic, I'm gonna walk on away.
Pet her.
Pat.
Oh.
No, you
I was
said
like,
pet.
We already witnessed
You know
her petting
what?
her.
We heard
And-
we
and-
heard
I'm
it.
like, you're getting triggered.
I
Yeah.
close her cloak after I do my magic spell. I close her cloak as I walk away. I don't need her half naked running around the church. It ain't
As
that kind of establishment, guys.
different church. As she kind of like just looks at you and says, "Please, as Priestess Esme, make sure the darkness does not take your light."
I'm going to step out of my I'm exhausted from having to use my adult priestess voice all day, and I'm gonna look at her and I'll be like, "We got this," and wink at her and walk away.
Aww.
Smack her in the butt.
No, she's not tall enough.
You're not tall enough.
That too.
Okay, so is there anything you guys need to do during your packing up to go montage?
All the kids. I'm writing
more
letters.
food.
I'm giving the kids the letters where I said, and I put my seal on it saying that they're apprentice knights. And so that way, in case something happens, they can always get a job somewhere else. And I'm writing a second letter that I give to each of them and letting them know if for whatever reason they have the ability to get out of this town and they want to go to Gallendale, I'm giving them a letter to my Uncle Z saying, take these kids in. So I'm giving them 2 letters each so they can, if I don't come back and I die, they're taken care of as best I can.
Excuse me, I'm dying.
Don't die.
It's okay. I stopped dying.
As you know, so
And
you
then-
guys are all packed up, ready to go.
Yes.
I'm gonna give Kip my long sword and be like, "Hey, I got you something. Don't say I don't get you nice things, brother." Wink and give it to him.
Well, what am I supposed to do with this? How are you supposed to protect yourself?
Look at what I got.
You got yourself a
Wow.
shot,
My
huh?
sister girlfriend gave me something. Look, isn't that pretty?
That's
By the
beautiful.
way, I blessed your sword.
What'd you do to bless it?
I put my blood on it. And I called down the moon to bless it.
And do you say that openly?
No. I just tell him. I'm explaining to a person that's not even there in the conversation.
I mean, I feel like you put your fluids on the sword before you gave to him.
That sounds so wrong.
He'd appreciate it even more. He'd be like,
It's now been air quote consecrated by demon blood.
"You're welcome."
Ooh, consecrated by demon blood. Is it a short sword you said? Or long sword?
Long sword.
Long sword consecrated by demon blood? So
It just means you
Like
stabbed a demon. It doesn't make
Jocelyn.
anything fancy out of it.
I feel like there's going to be some things to that sword besides the fact that she fluided all over it.
I fluid all over all my
We had a police report like that, guys. This lady fluided all over the Circle K
Oh
with no
my
pants
God.
on.
Oh my god!
It said she was flicking bodily fluid.
Oh no.
I
That-
don't read
I
it.
sit there and
Super
I was at
gross.
Circle K on Friday, and this dude was in his wheelchair, and he was like asking me for change. I was like, sorry, I ain't got cash. Then he started telling me he was the devil and he was gonna murder us all. And
I'm the
the
devil.
people
Give me a
at the
dollar.
store were like, I called the cops 10 minutes ago. You don't have to talk to him. I was like, cool. I'm gonna walk away, please.
You should have looked at him and been like, "No, you're not. I'm the devil."
I was so tired. I was just trying to buy myself a beer and some dinner from fucking Circle K. I was already having a bad day.
This is
I
when
did
you
not
go
miss
into
a
the
dude.
store, you ask for a broom to borrow the broom real quick. You go outside, you whisper, "I'm the devil, bitch," and you put the broom through the wheel spokes.
He was inside the QT next to where the beer is, asking me for change inside of the QT.
Oh, that sucks. QT shouldn't let
You
that
Yeah,
just
shit
no.
wheel
This
him
is
into the
supposed to be a
freezer
safe
real quick.
space.
Wheel him into the freezer and hit the parking brake.
I was not getting close to that man. Are you kidding me? He was going to shank my ass.
Or give you the scabies.
We packed up some food.
Okay?
We got weapons.
We said bye-bye.
Do
All
we
the
need
stuff
any
we came with.
provisions?
We didn't have any.
Okay.
We left them. We left them on the horses. The circle.
As
Okay.
we're getting to the north gate, because we're all like ready to go, who else at the north gate ready to say goodbye to us?
So as the guards basically that brought you the horses, are basically walking you guys out. They're not like, pushing you out. They're kind of casual. They seem kind of sad that you're going, especially after Esme, your last, Pray the Prey. They got into that shit. Yeah, and they're just kind of like sad to see you guys go, and they're just like, all saying that, if the lords and ladies of light gift you with the ability to come back through Wolfguard, please come stay here and think about becoming part of this community.
If everything goes well, Lady Freya be willing, because I ignore the dude god all the time. We will make it so you do not have to. Our return will be triumphant on many fronts. You guys
And
get coffee for go anyway? Any chance?
Oh, I gave my coffee to Kip when we came back because I'm not drinking that. It could be poison.
as one of the guys pulls out he's got a water skin, and he's just like, "It's the good stuff. Don't drink too much or you may get a headache."
You're giving me travel coffee. You are my favorite under your general.
And if you keep it under your saddle, it'll stay warm for days.
I kiss this coffee receptacle and thank him.
Oh,
I-
the actual cup. Gotcha.
The water skin that he's been keeping between his saddle and his horse, and is warm and horse sweaty.
I don't give a shit. He just gave me a thing of coffee. I kiss it and thank him.
And as you guys head on out, you kind of realize why they call this the Beggar's Gate, because you see lots of folks with beggar bowls out there begging. Folks that are missing an arm, missing a leg, blind, tongue, cut, damaged, whatnot, ears damaged.
So
And
annoyed,
and
Lex.
you totally see that there's food next to these people. So obviously people are bringing food to them, but they're just trying to wave out for anyone who's willing to spare some copper coins.
Mhm.
Oh, they're taken care of. On we go.
And you see a couple of the guards kind of pitch a coin every couple people just because they can, and they just look at you guys like, sorry. Unfortunately, those that can't serve or do professions, we still try to feed them as best we can. They get their daily stipend, but this is a reminder of what we fight for against the darkness.
This reminds me of a sermon someone incredibly intelligent once said about, not letting your neighbors live in extreme poverty. Who said that? That person was super smart.
She was. She would have gotten along amazingly with the general who made sure to implement social programs to feed those who can't take care of themselves.
I guess no one is like really doing well off in this town, are they?
Even the well-off folks are pretty much trapped in a town you can't leave because there's werewolves and monsters out there. As they're just making their mouth.
I have to let my dogs out.
Okay, it's about time to wrap up if you want to wrap up there.
Okay.
I do need, you have a really nice map that has danger marked out. There's like manticores over here. 5 or 6 known werewolf areas to avoid. It's got little werewolf head with crossbones underneath it. Looks almost like the Witcher wolf head. So there is ways that you can avoid danger, which will give you advantage on your survival check if you want to give me a survival check. Unless you're going towards danger.
I said that I would like to try to kill some on our way.
Can we do this on our way back?
They'll pop up while we're going, I'm sure.
Well, no, that's why I'm just saying, if we follow this map and it go the direction we're going, but maybe kill some of these werewolves so these guys aren't losing at least 2 people a week in their tiny shitty town. We get some exercise and they get to live a little bit longer.
God.
I have a map. It's very useful. God is fake. Come on, guys. We're the best shot they got.
Well, what does everybody else think?
I think that's a bad plan, but let's do it.
I'm convinced.
Hey, does my blood on that sword make it magical? It doesn't, does it?
It doesn't do jack.
I didn't.
Blood is more powerful inside your body, pumping nutrients and vital oxygen.
Just was checking.
It just makes it evidence to planet a crime scene.
It just
I
means
probably
it's really
did it,
weird
honestly.
that you fluided all over a sword before giving it to him.
God.
It smells very interesting.
Coppery.
I didn't plan on giving it away. I planned on keeping it, but I got something better, so...
So in 3 weeks, she'll be doing the same thing to that.
Oh, God.
Yes. I named that sword Equinox, by the way.
Oh, it's already named? Okay.
At least it wasn't the age of Aquarius.
I'm gonna name it. Aww.
Never mind.
So, Talia, go ahead and give me a survival roll with advantage. And which danger are you looking for?
What'd you name it? Put it in the chat.
Werewolves, I guess.
Okay, now roll me a 1d4.
Okay.
Demon Bleeder.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so you're going after what you think is the most likely the location for the alpha that they're talking about?
Yeah.
Using all of your finely tuned hunter's senses.
Yeah.
Why are you rolling a d4 again?
I didn't, did I?
Looks
Okay,
like
I
you
guess
did.
I know what happened. I
Okay.
dropped something on the mouse. You know how laptops have like that not a mouse, the little thing you move your finger.
touchpad.
Yeah, I dropped something on there.
Okay,
So,
so with your 24 to survival, you find a really likely spot. In the map, it looks like a bunch of old dry riverbeds and caves that you're pretty sure, with all of your monster hunting wisdom and might and intelligence and experience all rolled into one, and an old hunter's trick, you think that this might be the location of where a alpha would keep the pack.
Okay.
Or the alpha would have as his domain.
Okay.
And you guys are taking a straight-on beeline there. Now, the question is, are you wanting to get there before the full moon or after the full moon?
I would think, aren't they stronger during the full moon? Natalia asked because, she does not know.
That would totally be an Arcana check.
Okay. All right, give me a second.
Would she even have to check for that? Like, she's like a 8 million.
I feel like the answer is we don't want to hit them on the full moon because that's when they're in power. Beforehand, they should, depending on the lore we're going off of, they should be at least slightly weaker, if not just completely normal. But full moon is going to be big power.
I would like to not do the full moon because I feel like that's just a bad idea all around.
Unless we can catch it while it's shifting, because if it is physically shifting, most lore says that is actually when they're the easiest to kill. But that is finesse we do not, as a group, have.
No, we do not.
I have.
Y'all don't have faith in our Twigsy that can change it back to people, and we can stabby them. I got faith in my girl.
I straight up a UFO abduction beam that turns.
Twigsy's gonna drop a moonbeam on their asses.
And I can use my fighter skill.
Yeah, no, we still aren't. The timing it would take to get someone in the middle of shifting, we do not have that grace. We can kill it hard, but we don't have grace.
For the record, for a monster hunter, that's totally hokum about the moon thing, but people have their superstitions,
Okay.
The moon doesn't really matter, but people have their superstitions, and it could totally be that this territorial pack prefers to go out hunting on the new moon, on the full moon, because why?
But
it's easier to see shit.
Yeah.
Also, they're just werewolves living their werewolves' lives, so why do we have to kill them?
Traditionalists, yeah. They're
they killed the tall, beautiful general's parents.
And but they
murdering. They're also murdering these townsfolk at 2 a week on a week where the townsfolk are having a good week.
What if we kill the
perspective? It's perspective. They turn the camera on after.
Yeah, they cut down all of the wolves' homes. They ran them into a cave.
I'm pretty sure the wolvies ran them into a city behind a wall where you had to get pat down naked.
That could just be the general being a creeper.
What if the wolves are all just a bunch of dumbass teenagers? Come on.
Yeah. We don't know anything about these wolves.
Sounds like we're going to have an interesting dynamic when you encounter them.
I'm going to be in the sky. I don't know what color.
Just spoiler alert, I'm their leader.
That
explains so much.
Sweet. Let's just stab you. Get it over with.
He's been the alpha the whole time.
Out and my spell fades, I'm going to be back to myself. I'm tired of looking like Kip's sister.
You're like, I thought you were a lot handsomer until I had to share your face.
No, I'm just like, oh, that's so much better.
As she starts stretching those wings that have been cramped up for 2 days.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys basically are heading off towards the Dry Creek caves, and where you are pretty damn sure there is some werewolf action waiting for you guys next time.
Yes.
Next
Is
time.
there anything we want to do
Dragon Balls
for that?
We could have got some silver weapons in the city.
You totally could have, but they escorted
too much.
Yeah, for being broke, they ain't acting like they're a broke town.
Here you are wanting to take the last of their silver and take it out of the community, and you're complaining about prices. Do you know how valuable a silver weapon is in this town?
A lot.
Werewolves.
It's valuable where it is. It's valuable in the world.
Okay, so we will say that's a good place to wrap it up there. So, Talia, to answer that question,
Yes.
are you showing up before, during, or after the full moon?
I want to get this over with as quickly as possible. So 4.
Okay, so the night before the full moon, you're going to start some shit with some werewolves.
Yes,
I
I mean,
like
does
it.
it have to be
And the
nighttime?
whole
Can
time,
we go during
I-
the day?
You tell me. You're planning the trip. What time are you wanting to hit the area?
lunchtime.
Well, guys, do we want to go attack werewolves at night, or do we want to try and do it during the day?
I think we should aim for the daytime. Is my guess.
Same here.
Wait a
Okay,
minute.
so
so
roughly, what
Wait.
time would you be getting in that area?
Wait, can Twinksy do her moonbeam thing any time of day?
Yes, she can.
Okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
I mean, if we're leaving town now, let's just go directly there.
Yeah. How far away from us is it?
It's like a good day, maybe day and a half if you take your time.
Oh no, we're not going to take our time. We're just going to go. 'Cause
Okay, so you're
And
gonna beeline there to be there on lunchtime tomorrow.
Okay.
And I am
Okay.
going to flirt hard with Kip the whole time because I had to pretend like I was his sister for the last day or so. And, like, I want to get some attention.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how the two things are related, but okay.
It's
Like,
because
I
we
want
have his
to be
face.
told I'm beautiful and amazing. And
Yeah, she's like, I had your face for 2 days. No one told me I was pretty.
more like, I had to, you didn't tell me I was pretty for, like, 2 days. Do not, like, love on me. I had to be a good person. It sucked. It was boring. I want to play.
Okay, so as you guys have cleared the cleared out area, you've passed the moat. You know, Jocelyn has her wings stretched out, sitting there trying to get Kip's attention with every little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Kip is still tired. He
Dramaturgy
needs some
to, like,
rest.
Make my hair blow in the wind. Beyonceing it up.
Is that the
Kip-
Beyonce nip
Kip
slip?
Did that happen to her? That's Janet.
No, I thought
That was
that
Janet
was Janet
Jackson.
Jackson.
It's one of them.
Kind of hard to do that in plate armor. Just saying.
Not if the plate's nice and cold.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but then I also have a chainmail under it. So you got lots of layers going on. Oh, and I definitely got my shield and weapons back 100% before we left.
Okay,
saying.
I gotta go. So
Okay.
Alrighty,
Amy,
guys.
anything, Jim?
No,
bye,
we'll go ahead and
Good
call
luck
it
with
at that.
AJ. Or maybe
Prepare to
don't
get
have
into some
season.
werewolf, fracas, unless something beats the werewolves to it.
God. All right. I'm leaving before I get more paranoid. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Have a good night, guys.
Waving goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Are we really
farewell.
going to go and just fight some random werewolves?
Yes!
Why? They could be good people.
They're not good people. They're murderies.
Why?
They're
Because she
just
went around and
mean
caught some feelings for a chick and didn't seal the deal and shoplift the poo nanny. So now we got to go deal this, like, guilt.
We can't
Whatever,
go too
Nod.
many. Okay, but also we can't go too many fucking sessions without murdering something. I've now set it up so next session we can murder something. Thank you for the applause, Jim.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I was okay murdering the general, but you went and caught some feelings.
It's not feelings. I mean, they're not emotional feelings. It's not my fault. I
Whatever.
told you, session 1, tiny ass little woman wants to climb someone like a tree. You give me a person to
What
climb.
happened to Bob? Bob,
Bob
you were
was
like,
too
nah.
short. Bob was too short.
Bob
Look
was
at that
the
lady.
horse, remember?
Plus, you're already planning
Also,
on
you
coming
had
back
the
to
cute
that
little
town.
priestess.
Yeah, you got a throuple going on. You plan on going back to that town, setting down roots, having a wife and a mistress. Like,
Wait, hold on.
Or
hold on.
two
How-
wives.
Wait, where's all these other people? How why is it that there's people around? All I know is Bob, you guys were thrusting at me and he died. And
You got the acolyte and the
General and the
lady
acolyte.
general.
the acolyte is not into me. She just thinks I'm Jesus.
Girl.
And if any goddess
were
would
like-
support polyamory, I'm just saying.
I'm saying it's gonna be Freya.
It's gonna be Freya.
Lift up your head, let your hair free. She was like, oh.
Yeah, but she's like, okay, like I'm
She
a
tore
priestess.
her hair
I
down
need to
for
get
you.
with some acolyte. And to
She
be
did
honest,
the-
the general's slumming it just a little.
She did the herbal essence for you.
Yeah. See, no, the general's the first wife. The acolyte's the second one. Like, second wives are always like a little off. They're a little naive. That's why they're allowed. They're taking
Okay,
the
but the
stuff.
problem with what you're saying was I was gonna flirt with the general, and then he threw us like a general lady. So I mean, I'm not gonna abandon our plan.
First off, you weren't like, oh, it's a female, which is what I thought. Like, crap. You were like, yes, let's do this, and you gave me the wink, and I was like, oh man.
We had a plan.
No.
What kind of coward deviates from their plan?
There was only 12% of a plan there.
In all fairness, if it was a man and I had to seduce him, I wouldn't have looked at you and winked and been as excited as you were. I would have been like, all right, let's do this. You were like, yeah.
Well, it's
My
because
future baby's mama.
Esme looked at you and said, "Have you ever been with a warrior woman?"
I am one. What do you
Yeah, it's like, yeah, every night. Well, no, like I was winking to acknowledge the plan is still on, that I wasn't some coward.
But
I
also
was
bonus,
gonna be
you
like,
only
I'm
need
a virgin.
you only needed half a blindfold.
You just switch sides and go, "Look."
Dude, I should have asked what happened to your eye. Just to really make her mad.
And you killed Megan. Don't die.
See you later.
Really
Just
sad.
one eye.
I don't know. I think she rejected me though, guys. She refused to come to church. She didn't walk me to the fence. Like,
She
come on.
didn't like me.
Well, see,
Because I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but if she was
be part of
into
her
me,
nonsense.
she would have made it. She would at least come to church to say goodbye.
but think about it. If her mother was
She
the
had
old high
5
priestess,
children to raise.
she,
We left her.
the general,
No,
that's
acolyte. No, the general general was not catching what I was throwing down. The general was super oblivious.
The general was too busy having a pissing contest with me.
Right. So that's why I'm leaving a gift of dead werewolves and moving on to the next one.
I have a volume knob, guys.
Fancy.
I have one too.
I didn't know it worked.
My volume.
These were like $7 headsets. They're the best ones I've ever bought.
Nice. Honestly, it's funny. The cheaper they are, the better quality they get, it seems.
Right.
It's like if you get the 25 or less headsets, they work good. Or the $150 headsets, they work good. Everything in between those numbers sucks.
I was gonna get the $20 ones that glow green so it matches my computer tower, but I got these. They're still green.
You sound like Kelly when you say that.
I kind of decided since I game when I'm home alone that I don't need headphones when I'm gaming with you guys.
We'll see, on the plus side, you have your audio set perfectly so there's no echo.
I mean, I did do the little let's go through Skype and make sure everything's optimized buttons until it stopped not being optimized.
We thank you for that.
Is that a thing you can do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can open up the Skype options and it'll have you test your microphone and your hearing. And sometimes it's like a shitty process, but other times it's like, oh, hey, I got this right. Beautiful.
I still don't know how to do my, like, when I plug anything into my tower, because my cousins fixed it up for me because I dropped it because I'm a gimp. But anyway, they changed out my sound card. And anytime I plug something into a port, I get like this fucking space shuttle menu pops up. I don't know what to do.
Oh, so but you have Skype on your phone.
Yeah, this is my old cell phone, so it's on
Right.
Wi-Fi.
So if you go to the Skype settings, but that's not going to work, is it?
As
You
also
can
the
go-
screen went blank.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so you click on your face in the middle of the Skype button, and then you go to settings, and then you go to call, no?
I don't think there's a fa button. But if I could get
I
fa
mean-
on Skype, that would be great.
I've listened to us though when Jim posted, and I feel like I sound okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
sound good.
totally
You sound
do.
good.
But, like, there's a way, there's just, I guess maybe you can't do it on the phone, but on the computer, you can go through all, like, your headphone and camera settings and like, your verbal and your listening settings and make it all work all pretty for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
That way you
going
can
through my
use
phone just now, I couldn't find it.
that way you can use the laptop mic without actually picking up everyone talking through your speakers on the laptop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in
remember
my
what you
Star
said
Wars
earlier.
group, we have someone who does that, and it's really annoying.
Ugh.
I
No,
mute
I
them
just
often.
I stuck my phone in a little tripod and good enough.
Dude, you come in with the best little like one-liners. I can't remember what it was earlier, but you popped in there and I was like, done.
I really hated you guys. He was like giving me the sad, I'm a half-naked, stabbed-up girl. Here's some backstory of sadness, and we're all just giggling over the sidebar.
AJ's like shotgun and just throwing every funny thing he can, and it's like, and here you come in, you haven't said anything, and you're like, boom, and it's like, well, shut up. That was hilarious.
It's like, okay, who gave him sugar?
Right. Like, what? Let's scroll up and see if we
Oh,
can
they
find
can't read it. Like, there's no way to make people see our Skype comments if they listen,
how
right?
to write glyph.
Nope.
tongue is pretty
That's what
fucking
makes them
cool,
damaging.
Oh, yeah.
He said it, and I was like, I'm gonna have to mute because I'm gonna laugh too hard.
I don't know that we should let people see our Skype chat.
I
to be
mean,
honest.
Brittany, your little post about the where you hide your She took me to the makeout spot.
Then she took off her clothes.
You know, at the bell tower, they can't hear you if the bell tolls.
I mean, I
Ding
kind
dong,
of feel
ding.
like she like made it wanted like sad, sexy time, and that's just not my jam.
Wow.
I
I'm not
how I
always
show-
trying
I
to
show a name
seduce you all.
AJ, and he's like, I'm taking that sword name. I was like, yeah, that's about on brand. Don't let accents.
Yeah,
Still
but you
a
know
lot of my
what?
other
He's
things.
already like what? He logged off like what? 10 minutes ago. He's halfway to paradise.
That's sad.
As soon as the camera's off, his clothes exploded off.
I missed everything that happened before at like the very beginning.
He was just
AJ and
snogging
his
the wife.
making out super awkwardly on camera for like 10 minutes.
Why? Why would you do
Because
that?
they're horny and she didn't want him to play.
And I don't think she knows his camera was on at the time, and he had his headphones off,
Yeah,
so we
no,
were talking
I'm pretty
gratuitous amounts of shit.
I think she knows. I think that's a power play.
I don't know.
Dude, they
And
got
then she's
3
like
kids.
taking his head,
Four
going,
kids.
"Play with these instead."
Yeah,
They
no,
got
she was
something
like,
to spice it up.
yeah, no, he was like, not. I was surprised. That's why he wasn't